When I came back, I spent the night in my home at Jara Sankuya. In the morning, somebody came and knocked on my door. I said, "Who is that?" He said, "It's me."
So, then
I opened the door. He told me, "I am an NIA officer. You are the person whom I came, you should come and answer at the Mansakonko police station."
Mr. Sani, do you remember the day of the month this incident happened?
Mrs. Sani, for isa alun murano labang lumang ana la leading.
What ma kurbe kandir mbakele nde man karanke nde wol kul mutanola.
I cannot remember the date. In fact, I don't know the day itself because I am somebody who is not literate. So I can't remember which day this thing happened.
Do you know the name of the said NIA agent that knocked on your door?
In NIA bogulan minatela bunda kongkong faya to olon nabang.
Kafa Bachoba.
He is known as Bachoba. He said he is from Nyamina.
You may continue to tell us after he knocked on your door what happened next.
Silan tentanya for moli biring anata ela bunda kongkong muna nata nake.
He told me he wants you to come and answer to us at the Mansakonko office. I said to him, "Don't go, I am coming." He said, "No, I will not leave you behind." I said to him, "Then sit down and wait for me." He sat down and waited for me. When I was ready, he took me to Mansakonko, to the police station.
Mr. Sani, at this time, did he inform you why you were being arrested and taken to Mansakonko police station?
Mr. Sani, for na dalilo me asabu anate no kampur kesa mba Mansakonko police station orobang.
They didn't tell me anything.
Can you tell this commission what happened next at the station?
Silang faisa fono commission biring altara police station oromuna nara nakeje.
Police station or police clean traje.
When we reached the police station, we found one policeman there.
Mambo Jang.
They call him Mambo Jang. He's the person we met there. And that person, I knew him. He told that man, "Look, here is Sidi."
Mambo Jang.
Mambo Jang told me to sit down. I sat down. It took a long time. Then I asked Mambo Jang, "What has happened? What's going on?" Mom told me, "I don't know what's happening or what's going on, but we received orders from the top."
Mr. Sani, can you tell this if you know who he was referring to as the top?
Mr. Sani, faisa fono commission biring ayo for yala na bejumale klang atata jumale fo kang kafuko kumakang bornan santole.
What made Santo can mention to Santo?
Well, as for us, if they tell you the order from the top, it's from Banjul. When he told me that, I said to him, "And apart from that, there was no order received?" He said no. I sat down. Till it was dusk. After dusk, I thought that they will allow me bail so that I can go home, but I spent the night there.
Mrs. Sani, can you tell this commission what happened the next morning?
Mr. Sani, for isa fono commission muna nara nake osamo somanda.
When it was daybreak,
Nata pick of Koya Nata.
I saw a white pickup came there. A very hefty man descended from the vehicle. They said he was the head of the NIA at Mansakonko.
And do you by any chance remember?
I didn't ask for his name and I don't know his name.
Did he give you any reason why you were being taken to the NIA in Banjul?
They didn't give me any reason.
Please continue to tell the commission what happened next.
Okay,
He came and said that he is supposed to take me to Banjul, Sidi Sale. They called me. The pickup was packed. We boarded the pickup. We came out until we crossed the wetland at Soma. We went to a crossroad called Jarasikunda. His mobile rang. I saw him turn the pickup. He went back to Soma.
Mr. Sani, at this point, do you know who called the said NIA agent?
Mr. Sani, what tembola fo yalo ne banjumale o NIA do kulanye jumale telephone mobile auto.
Because I called mobile
No, I don't know because he was called with a mobile and at that time I don't have a mobile. I don't know what was going on.
You may continue.
Then we reached Soma. Then we went towards the riverside. When we reached the river, he stood at a place where they used to make hot tea for people. I sat down on a chair there. Then I saw a small boat coming from the Farafenni side. Then I saw Alaji Mamadi, Alaji Sedikan, and Ekwanima. Alaji Mamadi, Masane Sedikan, and Lamin Kasama were on board that small boat.
Mr. Sani, is it correct that these are the same people that you had traveled to Senegal, Dakar with?
Mr. Sani, for you multi in menu tamara Dakar, Senegal.
Yes, these are the people I went along the ceremony, and these are the people I went with to go and exchange greetings with Sehu.
You may continue to tell the commission what happened next. This NIA man went to where the small boat stood. These people alighted from the boat. They came. Then he said to me, get up. I told him I am hungry. I have to have breakfast. He said, I forced myself to eat. Then we came all the way again to Soma. Alaji Mamadi Sabali wanted to drop his bag at his home. They refused. The NIA man said no. We came all the way to Banjul.
Serious crime.
We were taken to the serious crime unit. Nobody told. That's where they left us.
Mr. Sani, can you tell this commission the serious crime unit is located in Banjul?
Mr. Sani, for isa fono commission of serious crime unit at the Minto le Banjul kono.
Banjul police station Bumba.
It is located inside the main section upstairs inside Banjul.
It is correct to say that you're referring to the police headquarters in Banjul.
That's the very place.
You may continue to tell the commission what happened at the police station.
That's where they dropped us after our arrival. What I heard them saying was, these are the people who went to Dakar. But I didn't ask anybody. They left us there. It was a big place, no bed. We lie down on the bed like here. Except that if you have a mat or a praying mat, you can spread that and lie down on it.
Mr. Sani, do you know the names of any of the officers that transported you from Mansakonko to Banjul?
Mr. Sane, Nintemben, fo. Iyalon neba, yi mol tol lon neba, many ye bondi, yena ila imbe gural, many ye bondi, Mansakonko, kenati na police ola in Kordabar. Fo ye tol lon neba?
Ila ke ba nyin tolonde.
I don't know the name of their leader.
Do you know the name of any of them? They transported you from
itol kono je hanni ngadre mela nyaadon ko don fo yesi moto olon no ikono je la men ye bondi kabe Mansakonko fo Banjul
menna ran kamanda sokono.
The person who came to collect me from my home is the only person I know. They call him Bachoba.
Do you know any of the officers that received you in Banjul?
Banjul jumala bismillah bilal fra Banjul.
Serious crime, what mass serious crime? If I dabe kulule,
they just took us to the unit called Serious Crimes Unit, and they were also part of the same setup.
You may continue to tell us what happened at Serious Crime.
And then you have serious crime law dingirar.
Okay, we were there for 2 days. One day, between the 5 o'clock prayers and the 7 o'clock prayers, just a little bit before the 7 o'clock prayers, another white pickup came again. They said, come down, we are going to a place. We came down. Myself, Alhaji Mamadi Sabali,
Lamin Kasama
and Masane Sedikan. We boarded that vehicle. We went. The place where we went to is the place where the NIA work. They dropped us there. They took us into the office. We sat down. They started calling
Lamin
Kasama. When he was called, they went out with him.
Mr. Sani, at this commission the names of the officers that transported you from Banjul Police headquarters to NIA headquarters?
Mr. Sani, sila nyintembe na isa fono komisyon ya hani kabi dokula kanto dokula bunda jumali ito many bondi Banjul Police headquarters kesa mba NIA fo ise tolon mutanula ba
halimam mo tolor ko mbara NIA lamolem.
No, I don't know anyone's name among them, but they are NIA operatives.
Also, can you tell this commission if you were registered at the gate of the NIA?
Silang NIA la bundara bring for the je fo ye to tale banka sa fe ba
yes, they asked me my name and where are you from. I told them. But all that before that happened, they called Lamin Kasama. They went with him. Where they went, I didn't see and I don't know. It took a long time. They came back. But Lamin Kasama didn't come. They took away Masani Sedikan. They went with him. I was not there. I didn't know where they took him to. It took a long time. I heard shouts. Somebody screaming, saying, "You are killing me. You are killing me." For some time, then I saw them. They also came for me.
Mr. Sani? Do you by any chance know who was screaming that you will kill me?
That was Masane Sedikan.
You may continue to tell the commission what happened after they came to collect you.
Mr. Sane, they came and said to me, Mr. Sane, I said, well, that's the end today. I'll die today. Well, so far I had screams. They didn't come with anybody else. But with the help of Allah, they didn't take me out of that room. Just like a soldier, when they told me to strip off my clothes, I stripped off my clothes. They took off my trousers. I took it off. I was left with only my underwears. 2 hefty men came. The third one was standing. He said, "Bring him." When we stood there, we went in and stood aside. The man who said, "Bring him," his name is Dabamarena. At that time, they said he for that area. And it was the place called Operations. When we reached him there, an electric socket. I saw them plug something into that socket. The 2 people pushed me and made me stand in front of that socket. Daba pulled something and clipped it on my toe. He clipped the other one on my left toe. He was standing between me and the socket. One person was standing on my left, another one was standing on my right. It took some time. So that I cannot run and I cannot do anything else. It took for some time. Because what time I cannot remember how long it took, because at that time I think he became sad. He sympathized me. I phoned off. Then he switched off the socket. They told me to wear my clothes. I wore them.
Mr. Sani?
Mr. Sani?
Before we continue, can you tell this commission who requested that you remove your clothes?
It was Dabamarena who told me to strip.
Can you further tell this commission what they actually did when they socket the wire into the socket and then placed it on your toes?
Aninka bi fa isa fanyo fono nyeba yemune fam fanke bri yenyi socket fennati ya dundi sun kumba fulol tema yemune ke
ndela jeyo to kurama lo bejede
is electricity.
In this commission that you were shocked.
alto kame foko yema su kurangol
Can you continue to tell us after they asked you to put back your clothes on what happened next?
sidang tandaya fa mole bri ngol dum munana rana ke kotanke
I wore my clothes.
inata bo do bije ka fa fati
Someone was there called Fatih.
woko ni nasi jam
He told me, come and sit down here.
ay ngaji kayti ko babulu
He was holding a blank paper.
akonye ko mbola statement do tara
He told me that we are going to take your statement.
This said Fatih. Was he
Fatih
an NIA agent?
fata fana mo NIA do kulalti ba
Yes.
Do you by any chance remember his first name?
o har joko no fo ina na to tombonde ba
man na to mbonde because what man demo nyaso
I was unable to catch up his name because at that time I was not even thinking about that.
You may continue.
tenten kaboro
akonye ko mbola statement do le tala
He said to me, they are going to take my statement.
ko bismillah
I said, all right.
anata nyini nga fo tata Dakar le ban
Then he asked me, have you been to Dakar?
ko tata Dakar
I said, yes, I went to Dakar.
ko mule keta
I asked him, what's the matter?
akonya hanife nga ay fenne
He said, nothing. I said, no, it's something.
akonya no fente
He said, no, it's nothing.
akonya alaji asise lemba
He asked me, do you know Alaji Yaya Sise?
kay ngalong
I said, yes, I know him.
kay na fama dem abotano sa to leto
I said to him, he's my father, he's from the same village with me.
kay bari kan nyini ka men wonde alaji asise fo ya lonne because e tolle ni alaji asise be do ko
I said to him, but the reason you are asking me is quite different from Alhaji Yaya Sise's affairs. Because you people are working with Alhaji Yaya Sise.
say kanan de nyini ka wala
Now, why are you asking me about him?
nada fa fo Dakar tamu kasoleti bang
I said to him, going to Dakar, is it something wrong?
akonya hani
He said, no.
kay nin kaso mu de
He said, if it is a crime,
anyanta tabulal de la lelo Johnson ulto
you should prepare banners
Billboard.
and, or billboards and place them at junctions
me yalan ko silol men kata Dakar
so that the routes or the roads that go towards Dakar,
sadio moko ta Dakar
so that nobody will go to Dakar.
bari moy ta Dakar
But somebody goes to Dakar,
ay ne ka samana nje ka nyini ka ta Dakar le
he comes back, you arrest him and bring him here and you start asking him or telling him we have gone to Dakar.
brother arsal man nyini ka fenna fo nyin damma
When you arrested me, you didn't ask me anything except this.
kay ko ko le ata ba
I said to him, this is really difficult.
Can you tell this commission what happened next?
silang fo isa fono commission haninga bi munana rana ke kotanke
okay ay yemmo gol be nyini ka le
All my other colleagues were questioned.
pol falay wala foye
They said the same thing.
bring understand manol di
After we gave our statements,
inata murundi police station bato banjul
they returned us to the police headquarters in Banjul.
mbeje
We were there.
mbeje
We were there
ko karsaba
till another 3 months.
men ya fonya
Those who told me,
because what man debuga time jube
because
sama
in those days I was so distressed that I don't check for time or even count days.
Mr. Sani, during that period, were you charged with any offense?
Mr. Sana ela o mudo nyi wicho nyi be kono fo tumir mini den kan dala banka fo yini neke ba de luwa tinya yini minni tinya luwa la karola
ina ma wo fonye
They never told me anything like that.
Were you allowed to see your family?
e silo di la ban pour ila ini la dimba mo le nyoja bang
what man mo buga hani fotolan tolma
At that time, nobody has the daring mind to even come and visit us.
Were you allowed any legal representation?
Silo fana ndile bam puru ini moye lawyer ito yala bam luala karola bam
No, that never took place.
Can you tell this commission what happened next after you were taken back to the headquarters in Banjul?
Silang fa isa fo no commission hanin ka be briye bondi ena ye murni police lo korda baro mure nar na ki je kotenke
Beje lunkiling we were there till one day
suto ngamele talamfula
till that day it was around 2 a.m. at night.
Inata pick of koiti nata koteke.
The same people came, the same white pickup came again. They called us. They said we should go. We climbed down. They said let's board that pickup. At that time we were so scared that we thought they were even going to kill us. We went. Then we went to a big military camp. They said this place is Bakau. They took us to a big warehouse, a store. That big warehouse, it has only one door and no window. We had to spend the night on the bare floor, and there were stones scattered around, and if you lie down on those stones, they used to prick you on your sides. We were there. And the place was so smelly with a lot of mosquitoes around. I don't know anybody there until daybreak. I recognized some people around. The way we found those people in that store, it's very sad.
Is it correct to say Barak?
Yes, barracks. But that was the day at night where we were taken to.
Can you also tell this commission some of the other detainees you found there?
I met MC Cham there. I met Hussein Jai there. I met Oje Jallo there. I met Bach Samba Jallo there. I met Seni Fai there. I cannot count all of them, but a lot of people were there, many of them. We were all there. For me, I suffered there very seriously. My right leg became very swollen. I don't sleep at night. Because somebody who sleeps on small stones on the ground. And I had another pain on my leg. You cannot sleep at night. Plus the attack by mosquitoes. MC Cham. He sympathized me seriously. He asked me, don't you have any relative around here? I said, well, I have a relative here, but that person runs away from me. He said, he runs away from you? I said, yes. Because the reason why I told him that the person runs away from me, whatever hard, wherever you go and find it very hard, but at least one good person will be there. MC really stood for me. He wrote some things.
ruling council le be keri.
At that time, it was the ruling council which was in place.
Allah na barka du wala kuoto.
And Allah really helped him and answered his prayers.
Nyaton ko nate dangu.
Then some heads came there.
Wala di am daje back.
That day, he spoke there for quite a long time.
Wotuma alfa membe police ikafu FRI Jammeh.
At that time, the head of the police was FRI Jammeh.
MC Kaipo.
MC told him,
Mulbe jali en nati jaibe bakaring mulbe jammen kuranda emang jarlo nyasutno.
You brought people here and dumped them here, and among us here, there are people who are very sick and they don't have any medical attention.
Akaipo menke tonyati.
He said to him, that is not true, that's not good.
Akai FRI Jammeh.
He said to him, FRI Jammeh, as for us, we are politicians.
But Senegal
But for these people who went to attend a naming ceremony in Senegal and they just went to greet a relative, for that reason you arrest them and bring them here. He told them there is no justice in that. He said to them, I know that. We are politicians. We left some positions. Now you are the people in position. But still we are all Gambians. And we also have children who are now grown-ups. Whatever we are into might end one day. So take care of people. Take good care of people. After that, that was the time when they decided to come and give help to me and some other guys. Then that was the time when a vehicle used to come and they take us to the hospital for checkups, myself and other people.
Mrs. Sani, it is therefore correct that you received treatment at this point at the RVTH.
Ramunda Mrs. Sani, nimuto nyalde ko nyintembenda alnar na jaralo de maroso de jaralo karolo bangura lobinan bar mem RVTH.
Ngasoto alala de maroka MC Chamla diamoka.
Yes, we were giving medical help because of the intervention of MC Cham.
Can you tell the commission what happened next?
Silang haninga biten dan ya fu commission ay munana na ke kotanke.
Kataje ye boro dinna boro dol mansoto.
Yes, we used to go to the hospital. They gave us some medication, but not all the medication were available.
For yen samba kana kono natal.
And they even took me to a place and had an X-ray of my stomach.
Boro dol mansoto no.
We were unable to secure some of the medicine.
It
was the same MC Cham who stood for me again. He sympathized me. He bought those medications for me. And he realized also that I cannot eat. He asked me, you don't eat. What do you want to eat? I told him, if I eat food, I cannot sleep at night. It really gives me a problem. And I have nobody here who can help me because my relatives are all at Jara Sankuya. Then he wrote something for his wife. He told me, what that type of food do you eat before? I said to him, I drink porridge, I eat couscous, I drink milk. He brought those things to the point that I was a little bit scared. And at that time, he didn't even know me. This is all because of his sympathy for me. He brought all these things. He brought sugar. He brought quick outs. He also brought a bottle of gas. He bought a carton of pig milk.
Banana milk la half dozen.
There is half dozen of banana milk.
And gas brai kaso nata sukur munko nata sukur datu bero nati.
Then after he brought this gas tank, he brought sugar, some powdered sugar and even cube sugar.
So, Mr. Sani, you're telling this commission that with the intervention of MC Cham, you were able to receive treatment and have good food to eat during your detention.
Mr. Sani, amunta kama mfonyi commission wanyati longa jang wala mnyiti ko Mr. MC Cham ala hino kang aningala dabulo konyi kono inatna jaralo de maro soto aning inatna domor kendo fanan soto ibenen domola.
MC Cham.
Yes, MC Cham.
Alala de maro kola.
Apart from the help of Allah, well, I can say that he sustained me. Apart from Allah. Somebody you don't know day and night. You happen to meet that person in that condition, and he happened to be somebody who was holding a high position. He didn't look how small or little my position was. At that time, I had no use for anybody. I was just a sufferer. He stood for me like more than his own son. MC, I will never forget him until in the next world.
Because if I forget MC, then I am not a Muslim and I'm not a freeborn. Even his dog. If I hear that this dog belongs to MC, I will stand by it. If I cannot help it, I will never hit that. Because if I hit that dog, Allah will beat me. What he did for me, I have never been able to do that for anybody. I want to thank him and hail him for that till the day I answer to the call of Allah.
Sorry, you may continue.
And
my family, my mom and dad, when I left detention, MC took a vehicle and came to meet my father and my mother. He said to me, it is because of Allah who made us meet. If I don't see your mother and father and I don't know your people, and at that time my parents were very old. My children were very small. Without his help, I would not have been able to take care of those kids. And he became somebody who really helped me with that family.
Thank you, Mr. Sani. Can you tell this commission how long you were in detention for?
Mrs. Hani kabe silang for isa fono commission e itarta o Morocco no dula killing for what yelu
Well, at that time I don't have time to check time, but I stayed there for 9 months.
Therefore, it is correct to say that you're telling this commission that you were detained for 3 months at the police headquarters in Banjul.
Munta nyimuto nyalti ko kama for commission wala nyindi ko itarta Morocco no police la korda bar ko karisaba.
You were taken for a day at NIA and tortured.
Na December NIA la korda ba ko no itate budeje.
You were further transferred to Fajara barracks for 6 months.
Na ne bondi NIA la korda baro yesamba Fajara barracks itarta wodo kare woro.
That's true.
Therefore, in total, you were detained for just over 9 months. Can you tell this commission the effect that this decision had on you?
Ninka bi isa fono commission ni maro be kono ida maro be kono mun kole akule sabu ima
suti o yemara ina dimba mo di woro wula be bulu.
A yard owner, they catch you and put you at one place and you have 7 children.
Muso be bulu.
You have a wife.
Mfama be jake bayata.
My father was there who was old.
Mbama be jake bayata.
My mother was there who was also old.
Nuwali domoroke ntaleyadi.
If whenever they eat is because of me. That means they must have suffered. After all that, the way I was at the detention center, I wasn't all right at all. But what I said before, wherever you go, you will find a good person there.
Biri kansamba lupidano to sojaru wodobe Fajara Barracks kafa Dr. Sammu.
When they were taking me to the hospital, there was a doctor at Fajara Barracks called Dr. Sambu.
Ay bala fasoto me baga atle mun sojaru le Dr. Odoti.
He also sympathized me very well. In fact, he was one of the doctors within the army. Because of that, his sympathy for me,
anata bala fa fana
he also showed me that sympathy too and helped me too.
Because I am a condition
he saw my condition, he knew that we are not at all right, and he knew this is why he decided to stand and help me.
Suto akawuli akas afang smokul kanantul check kanjube from the kule fonte ku.
At night he will get up and come and look at us or check us to see the way we were faring. If he found that I was not suffering from pain, he will go and look others. If he discovers that nobody is suffering, he will go. But if he comes and finds me suffering with pain, the first thing in the morning, he will come and pick me up and take me to the hospital. He will help me. I never knew him before. That's the time I knew him during my suffering. He will keep me there. He will give me a bed. He will take good care of me, so that the pain will go down. Sometimes when it is a little bit alright, when I improve, I will sleep. But usually at night, it's hard to sleep. He will leave me there for some time. If I wake up, he will tell me, come and let me take you back to your place. That's how I was there until I left that place. And his help was not only for me alone. He helped a lot of other people there. He's somebody who has sympathy for people. Until I left the place, I never saw him doing any wrong to anybody. But when I left detention, I looked for him everywhere, but I cannot see him. But even if I lie down at night, I used to think about him. Because the time he took care of us. If they see you standing with a policeman or a soldier or somebody else, that person will have a serious problem. Yes.
Mr. Sani, can you tell this commission if you sustain any injuries which you're still living with?
Mr. Sani hanin kabi fo isa fono ko mi zonga hanin kabi fo nyimbar mo do be balal ba mi alan ko ni be nyo kan han san ba abe balol ba
nta mo be kurandi.
Well, I am somebody who can say that I am still sick all over. Don't see the way I am talking. That's far from sickness. Somebody who, since the time of detention, they take you to the hospital, they look at you. They didn't tell me you are suffering from so and so, but I am still not able to recover. Just recently, Mike.
Mr. Chair, we were just informing the witness that we shall take record of his medical papers later on for the view of the Commission. You may continue.
I am still really sick. Since the time I was electrocuted, from my two big toes up to the middle of my head. It's only Allah who knows what goes on there. I cannot know. I don't know what is going on now. Up to this day, I don't know. Then I came here. I gave my report. They took me to a place. Sometimes when I become very hot, well, I don't see for a far distance. They took me. They took me to a hospital called Canifing. They checked my eyes. We left that place. They took me to another place. They x-rayed me. Up to this day, up to now, my suffering in fact has increased. Those x-rays and the check they had on my eyes. I don't know what was going on up to now. Just a small bottle for my eyes, that's what they gave me. I used to drop that in my eyes. I left here. It was a long time because it can be up to 6 months now. Well, as I thought, if it is more than that, but it will not be less than 6 months. I suffered really. I had a son here. I have a son here. He called me. He said to me, "Father, come, try and come." I said to him, "I cannot come. My body cannot take anything that goes along with suffering or hardship." That one is a lady, but that lady has a younger brother. He told me that younger brother will come for you and escort you and come down here. If you have a problem, he will always stand by and help you. Then that went to collect me and came down here. We went to a clinic in Brikama. I don't know, but I think it's called Bolonding.
I was really suffering in those days. But with the help of Allah, that day I sat down there for a long time and I really suffered that day also. Then my daughter then said to me, now let's have faith in Allah. Then we prepared until I got to go to the lab. They took me also to a scanning place. After leaving the lab, we went to some doctors. That day I was given 6 injections at the same place. And they gave me a lot of other medicines. My daughter paid for all that. From there we left. I said to her, I'm going home. She said, no, you should stay here for some time. I said to her, I cannot be here up to that time. Let me just go back home. Because they are lonely at home. If I am not there, your mother and the children at home will be worried. I said to her, let me just return home. I went home. With the help of Allah, I used all those medicines. After I finished them, then I saw that I am now able to walk by myself little bit by bit. Even these, I was called and told that I should come to the commission. Even to come here, I don't even think about it. She came and talked to me and said, Father, I said yes. She said to me, try and go. I said, really, I want to go, but I have the mind to go, but I am really weak to go there. Yesterday, early in the morning, I came down, but I really felt it, I suffered. Because even the time I spent sitting down here, I am really feeling tired with my life. This is why I cannot stay at one place for some time, for a long time. This is what made me afraid to come here. So yesterday when I came, they said, go and come tomorrow morning. When I went home, I went to my daughter, I told her that I am going home. She said, don't go home, you have to try. Go and face the commission and tell them what happened to you. I said, I really want to narrate my ordeal to them. But it is because of my body, the way I am feeling. Her husband appealed to me because he's somebody who really I respect, and I feel ashamed. He returned home yesterday. This is what made me have the inspiration to come here today and talk to you and narrate what has happened to me.
Mr. Sani, once again, thank you very much to testify before the TRRC.
Mr. Sani, haninkabe commission bavle inimbara ba ke pour la songa la pour kanela sedi andro di commission.
Also, I am extending thanks to the commission.
And at this point, I have no more questions for you. Mr. Chair, I hand over the witness.
Kama nyinin kar koten sore silang ay kumota di commission kiaman la anala commissional ninga tra fana kuma sore be nyinin kala men na isi nyinin ka.
Bismillah.
Thank you very much, my counsel, and thank you, Mr. Sidi Sane, for coming to testify before the commission.
Kiaman ko inimbaraba ke council inimbaraba ke Mr. Sidi Sane ila songola po.
Commissioners, if you have any questions, and we please.
Silang abinin karo lo commissional bulu ninga tra momo nyinin kar sore sedo isa nyinin ka ay memfo.
If there are no questions, and if you have any final remarks to make, please proceed to do so.
Silang abetembe da mendo jang commissioner momo soro me nyinin karo sore silang kumo murte ta fonkan sedo ninga tra fana kuma sore be memfo la banko moli isi tenteng.
Yes, I have something which I want to tell the countrymen. Before I say that, my sincerest thanks and hails to the commission. It looked like that we were living in a hole which you know, if there was no commission in this, nobody would have known about that hole. Because the reason why I said that, when I was released, the people who I used to chat with and I used to tell them the type of suffering we encountered, they thought that we were liars. But with the help of Allah, Allah helped the people. Allah put some people together. We put our minds together. The person who meted that kind of devastation on the people, we all mind and one. Him here from power. I'm still afraid. And I'm still suffering. And there are many people like me who are still suffering. Whenever tired and the suffering I encountered, there are people who suffered and who are more tired than me. After our voting, we thought that we were going to have peace. Who this problem for 22 years. And we are still suffering. And we are not able to get you did the good work you did up to the point is suffering will kill people in this country more than the coronavirus. Unhappiness is something which is worse for the human being. Those who place this suffering on us, they are Gambians. They are not citizens of other countries. We see them here in their private cars. They are doing all things. The government did nothing about them. And that's the government we voted in. How can that government stand and help us? Those people, he didn't deal with them to remove them from those positions. They are still sitting before their things will be made clear. NIA headquarters. The NIA headquarters. That should be completely banned. The name NIA should not be named in this country again. The wickedness they meted on the people in this country, the suffering they meted on the people, they had no sympathy. They don't even think of tomorrow. Yaya Jammeh has left. People are the bad ones are still. They are walking, and in fact they are mocking people. When will the Gambia be made? Heartbreak will kill people here. This is what's going to happen. If the truth is not established. You said we should try and reconcile and try to calm each other. I'm not saying the commission will not be able to reconcile and help people, but it is not this government. People who are dismissed from the they are living in the rural areas. Their children's education are all shattered. And all that was because of power, and there is no justice. I'm bringing a government seat first. After we voted to put in a new government, they did nothing about that. In fact, recently, some have just died. Their families are suffering. They are continuously suffering. They said the Gambia is a smiling coast. Smiling coast for Momunity? No. Smiling coast. Smiling coast Gambia. I don't know, because I see it on TV. Smiling coast. People saying it's the smiling coast, but this country is not a smiling coast. This place is a country whereby we swallow each other. I'll say heka today. Please forgive me. Gambians, Karanalu, those who are educated, those who are government operatives, please help to ease people's problems. Gambia, this Gambia, the size of this country, the smallness of this country. If there is justice and truth in this country, we will even change the name and make it the paradise of the world. But this place is where we swallow each other. We, the sufferers, cannot get justice in this place. And I'm afraid this commission, it is only the truth which they work on. But what I don't know is, with all this, whether we will have that justice. Because I'm afraid. The reason why I said this, before you did this, the Jana Commission stood here. We heard that the Jana Commission completed its job. But nothing has happened. Let us me alone, I saw that. Yaya Jammeh has left. But 22 years but within those 22 years, it was not Yaya Jammeh alone who worked here. Yaya Jammeh's operatives and aiders, they are still here in this country. Rotten mango. If it is among a bag of mango, you will have your whole bag, or the whole set of mangoes will all be rotten. If this commission can have a way to help the people, help us to extricate Gambia from this suffering. We forgot that. They arrest Imam Ratibs in this country. Think of somebody who is an Imam Ratib. They don't have respect for them. They destroy their respect. Is that way of making a country? We said thanks to Allah, we have removed Yaya Jammeh, we brought Barrow, but the same suffering is still going on.
society kono?
Do you have rotten mangoes among the
society kono?
Killers are walking around the society.
Mo arrest lal me case am be society kono?
People who are arresting people around, torturing them, are still walking in the society. I want
Gambia
is a truth-seeking body. I want so that this commission will help the Gambia to establish that justice. Among your leaders, I recognized somebody here. He doesn't know me. I know one of his sisters called Jarai Sise at Bansang.
Dr. Lamin Sise.
They call him Dr. Lamin Sise.
Martin Dulabake.
My sincerest thanks to him. I have not been to school. I have not been to but I hear the when he was at the United Nations with Kofi Annan. I know you were among the good sons of this nation and you are always following the truth. You don't know me. But because of your good stand, I have you in mind, and I always keep my mind on you. And with the help of Allah, they brought you here. And I know that UN, they don't abuse people's rights. But the Gambian people's rights have been abused. So please be somebody to help this country and Allah will reward you. Yourself and all these commissioners here. Look at Gambia and look at Allah and help the Gambia. I see one person here. I don't know where that person is from. They call him Imam. I trust in him. And I have hopes on him. With all the people working here. Maybe you will help the Gambia because but I am telling you, the Gambia is still in the bush. We are not yet out of that bush. And you people are leaders of religions. And leaders of religions in this country. The respect and the benefits they should get, still lacking. Imam should have pay. The Imam has a family. He is also human. And he should feed that family. But we don't think for our religious leaders. If somebody is delivered, they say call the Imam. If somebody dies, they say call the Imam. The Imam has no other job just to lead people. I have never had that the Imams, they have established salaries for Imams. I've never heard of it. That should have been done. If we said the Gambia is an Islamic country. So my sincerest thanks to all of you. What I want to say again. November 11. There are two soldiers at Jara. They want to come and testify. I want you to help them to come and testify. And there are other people who want to come and testify. Please help us. You have gone around Bara, Nyomi and other places, but you have not done things extensive as we want. Please, we want you to help those people to come and testify. These two soldiers are they were arrested, jailed, and then dismissed from their job. And these people have a family to take care of.
Wokola.
After that,
Gambia.
Those who have gone to school,
Look at
the country, don't only see yourselves. The size of this country, how small it is. If there has been justice and truth going on in this country, we will have benefits out of that. Our children will really have peace, and their spring will also have the same peace. But these rumors and things going around, and which doesn't go with justice and
smiling coast,
that will not take us as a smiling coast. It cannot take place. Because nobody is doing plans. They don't play football and score a goal. You have to follow the truth. Allah is watching you, wherever you are. To walk this country is not that hard. I'm talking to those who have gone to school. Make this country and stop making your post. To make this Gambia is not that hard. If the Gambia is not an Islamic country, it won't be good. The suffering that we encounter, some things would have happened here which we don't want, and I'm praying to Allah so that Allah will protect us from that. Those who are looking for political positions, they are all Gambians. Wherever one wants, you can be there. But the man we allow to lead us should make this country, because that's what the mandate we gave him. It is not the party that make him lead. The party that didn't allow him to lead, that didn't give him that leadership. Not all come together to just to choose one leader. There will be an opposition. But if you walk, people who love the truth, who are just people. But if you don't do work and you just work for your pocket, the good people will run away from you. Even if they die, they will despise you. I am appealing to all Gambians. Politics, let's not do it to destroy each other and to fight each other. These forums, you call somebody and insult him, will just take us backwards. If we are on justice, on the path of truth and justice, people will come there. So may Allah only allow peace to reign in this country. It is Allah who creates this peace for people. In the name of the Holy Prophet. In the name of all prophets. And in the name of all highly educated people, knowledgeable people. Scholars and people who have good minds. In the name of the endowed ones. In the name of our mothers and our fathers. May Allah give us somebody who will develop this country. May Allah give us something who will develop this country so that lies will disappear from this country. In the name of the Prophet. In the name of the Al-Quran. In the name of all those learned people. In the name of all those who pray. The last thing I'm going to say, those who swear by the Bible, they are more straightforward than people who hold the Quran. The owners of the Bible, if he swears by the Bible that I will do this, that's what he will do. But according to my own observation,
muta nyame nenka kalala
The way
kalikude
we hold this Al-Quran and we don't do right. Because a Muslim
Alrano niba mala iba takila kombeto nyala fola kiti lembang wale bekan le minister to wala president lemba.
You want to swear by the Quran, whether it's a president or it is a court trial or whatever it is,
enyanda senealale.
You should be clean.
Ye saro court.
Yeah?
Ye alrano le blabeje yoto kumandi yakaran.
There is a portion in the Quran where
ye da say woto kan.
Recite.
If
you don't know, the man who is going to make you swear should recite that portion and you follow the person. If you say that, saying that if I don't do right, may Allah do this and this to me. If you swear in that way, that's exactly what Allah will do to you. But they just give me the Quran in my hand. You say that I am swearing that I'm going to speak the truth here. May Allah help me. That's not the Muslim swearing. This is why there is a lot of mismanagement in this country. Let's change the way of swearing. Those with the Bible, their way of swearing is straightforward. The way they make Muslims swear, Imam knows what I'm talking about. You hold the Quran and say, if I don't do right with my work, may Allah curse me. No, that will not. But if you do it right, the moment you will be cursed. Those who are hurrying you want to become a parliamentarian. But the way they swear is wrong. If it is the truth, you will see somebody appointed as a minister, but very soon he will leave the position. Let's change our way of swearing. We are Muslims. Let's stand on the truth. Allah will help us. If we don't follow the path of the truth, we will stay like this for quite a long time. NIA and so on. Mismanagement has already swollen this country. If nobody agrees to that and we are holding a high-ranking position, then that's it. If we don't correct that, smiling coast, it's not the smiling coast. It will be a country where big fish will keep on swallowing others. That's where I am going to stop. I thank all of you, anybody who is present. May Allah give us all peace. May Allah protect all of us. May Allah make living very easy for all of us. Allah has the place where Allah is the owner of paradise. May Allah bring clean to that paradise. But bad Muslims will not go to. Those are the hypocrite Muslims. They will never go to paradise. Even there, just as we will be different from the people that Allah Himself has created. And we will never remain in this world. However sweet this world is, the next world is sweeter than this world. Because those who has gone has never returned. Let's always keep our minds up. He is a leader. You are up. Down, wherever you may be, he is seeing you. Very kind. Allah can empower you in anything. You think you can fool Allah? You are fooling yourself.
bendang juluboro menkaka a juluboroti
the thread that goes into a needle, however small it is, you cheat on the day of judgment, you will have to pay it. Presidents promise and fool people, but Allah never fools anybody. So we Muslims, let's agree to God, however you are. Let's follow the truth. That's what's going to be beneficial to us in the world and in the next world. And the next world, the day of the next world is longer than this world. And it is inevitable.
So
I'll stop here. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Sani.
Mr. Sani.
Your final remarks contain a lot of instructions for almost everybody. But we are the ones who would thank you enormously for coming to testify. You come to help us fulfill one of the principal functions of the objectives of the TRRC. We are required to provide you, as a victim, an opportunity to relate your own account of the violations and abuses you suffered. For that we thank you very much indeed. And for some personal remarks, some kind words you addressed to me, I thank you. We will lunch break and then come back at 2:30. Meeting is adjourned.
Yafatus Guest House dama ne jox leen ma seen noppa yéen ñi nga xam ne ni bëgg ngeen a dem Farafenni nag ñu bari den fay bëgg a dem di xalaat ndax am naa mbokk aw ma mbokk fan laay dem dëkk ak fan laa du dem dëkk seen coono jeex na seen xalaat jeex na te si biir Yafatus Guest House ñu ngi leen fa amal li nga xam ne ni moom mooy c'est ko self container
saala cabinet
ñaari cabinet ak saal
single room
néegi nag nekkul ne la naa jox waaye duñ leen laaj mooy sore naa ñëw indiwaale leen seen yére kase ndaxte yére yi sax foo leen koo def ñu ngi leen ko amal saala cabinet yi bu nekkaa nga am lal bu nooy saal bi ñu ngi ko defar ba mu yaaña toogu yi nekk fa télé bi nekk fa channel bi nekk fa channel bu la neex ngay cuun waaye nag amuñ si loolu rek yéen ñi nga xam ne yéen ay dem ak seen famille ak seen njaboot benn nit wala ñaari nit ñu ngi leen fa amal waañ yu baax waañ yu yaaña bagage yi waañ yëpp ñu ngi fa yow yaay xool loo bëgg a togga rek nga teg si gaz bi daal di taal togga lekka sa xol sedda
léegi tamit nag aman lañ leen lii di AC ak ñu nga xam ne fan rek lañ am waaye amuñ si loolu rek ñu ngi leen amal fu nga xam ne foofu ngeen di toog ngeen fiixlu seen xel dal ñu ngi leen amal ndox ak courant 24 hours amuñ si loolu rek njëg bi yomb ba bëgg a dee
fu ñu nekk nag neex a xam ba bëgg a dee si gannaaw gaaraas si base bi foofu sa Farafenni lu néew rek ngay dox am si marché bi jënd loo bëgg delluwaat sa kër ak Yafatus Guest House mun nga noo jokkoo ñun si 790 1355
3530 489
email si ombay7843@gmail.com si Yafatus Guest House so leen fa demee dinañ leen jox customer care service bu baax seen xolay sedda ba ni ngeen fay jógee Yafatus Guest House lii leen amal yéen ñuy dem Farafenni saay bo leen tëddee nelaw leen ndaxte Yafatus Guest House génne na seen coono bi yëpp fii si biir dëkk bi Yafatus Guest House
Tamala yoonu gàddaay kii di Fatou Fall num def ba mucc ci gàllankoor yoon bu raglu xaaxaan xiif rëccute ak nammel ci réewam
soo nekkee si biir gaal bi di nga yëg ay métit parce que ñun si biir gaal bi la ñoo nekk dëgg la gaal bi di nga fa feebar man maa ngi nii first day bi dama feebar full day lekkuma
bi muy dem kay moom fil naa ko de ma xam ne xëj na dafa bëgg a tekki moo tax parce que Europe moom soo gisee ñëpp di fa dem pour tekki moo tax.
ni ma toogee noonu maa ngi neer gaal soo si nekkee sa kaa yaa ngi dem si joni bu sori foog nga nekk di neer.
surprise naa parce que moom dafa nekk nit koo xam ne nit yu ruskat la te ñemewut tamit moo tax man tam bu ma déggee comme dafa dem si yoon bi dëgg-dëgg surprise naa tamit suma xel bi tamit toogutoon bu ma yëgee ne comme gaal bi dem na te si yooni ndox lay nekk di dem.
maa ngi wuccu soona naa si gaal bi first day moom dama over soona dama soona.
dama fële Faat Fall ma dajee moom si tanduku la ma wax faafale ut fii ma ne ko fu ngay dem foofu léegi lay dem pour dimbale suma yaay.
xanaa guddi bi daf dee métti moom trop suñu jigéen ñi.
easy wut toon moom easy wut because man géej naa nelaw depuis dee bu di paate mu dem.
biñ génnee baara di dem ñu ngi am Mauritanie foofu leen am after gars yi ñu gis ne comme am na gaal bu am accident soo óorut pour ñu war ñoo bàyyi ñun tam ñu continuer noonu la ñu gars yi téye.
métti woon na nag métti woon na torop xalaatoon naa ko parce que loolu mos nit soo juree sa doom nga yar ko di nga xam ban façon ngi jikko ban façon ngi nit la.
dajale neen xaalis foofu def neen li ñoo suñ mobile yëpp leen dajale pour jox ko gars yi rek ndax ñu mun ñoo bàyyi ñun ñu continuer. xeexuñ xuloowuñ saaguñ leen dañ fa nekkoon rek man moom jooyuma defuma dara waaye am na si ñoo xam ne ñu ngi nekkoon di jooy.
lijjanti ko ci épisode bii di Tambala ci sirisu gàddaay yuñ leen di indil koleel sa bët ci sa télé seetaanal ma Fatou Fall mu nettali ñu jaar-jaaram dinañ leen ko indil fii ci GTTV samedi
fukk ñeneent ci weeri novembre
2020 fàttalekul ne Babylon mu ngi fii ci Jolof waaye nag ci bokk gome Tambala